if this is God's hand of judgment, then the solution has to be God's solution, right? And that's always just been the same, right? Ultimately, if God wants to destroy America, and he very well may, then that's what he's going to do. But he hasn't changed, the commission. He hasn't changed the expectation for his people to worship him, to glorify him, to meet together, to share the gospel. And so, really, what you're describing in its totality is sort of being spiritually minded, right? Rather than getting sucked into just kind of the worldly ways of thinking and being distracted.
Yeah, also take Christian nationalism. So you've got all these folks talking right now about how they want to essentially Christianize the US, Canada. Ultimately, that, if you're post millennial, means the whole world. But let's just take, North America. If you're going to make these nations Christian, you have to overcome Romans 1. I mean, our nations are under the judgment of God. He has abandoned us. And the reason he did is because of a refusal to worship him. So if you're going to reverse what's happening in our culture and society, it's an issue of worship. You're going to have to bring these countries and nations to a place of worshiping Christ. And there's only one way to do that, and it's through the gospel, because it's through the gospel that God administers the effectual call that results in regeneration, where we are brought to life to believe on Christ. And so apart from that, there's no Christianizing of these countries. It is impossible. In fact, I would say it's an exercise in futility, because you are essentially working against the sovereignty of God.